I've thought for many, many, many years about artists that tour the world, that spend 90% of their lives in big concrete cities, a lonely existence in hotel rooms, eating by themselves. I want to try and offer something different for the artist when they come here, where we're all out having a nice meal together, we're all creating together. They can get up in the morning, walk on this beautiful beach, go for a swim, refresh, and just relax. So it's like a working holiday, being creative during it, for want of a better description. And this is a perfect spot. So when I moved to Spain here recently, I thought this is a perfect spot for us to try and set up a festival combining many of the ideas I've had in the past to bring this great international focused music to this part of the world and work with some of the finest musicians that I have worked with over years, bring them here, put on amazing concerts, amazing music, whilst allowing them to have a great time in the sun. It's creative for all, and it engages the local community and people around this coast.
But I have it.
Oh, look, yes.
And you send me my email, I can use that.
2017 will be our 5th year anniversary playing and touring together.
Vale, gentlemen, walk this way.
Asia's where we started off actually. Our first ever concert together was in China.
Two of the artists that are playing at the charity event here at Panorama 187 are David and Jacob. They've been touring the world for the last 5 years playing together, piano and cello.
The dynamic is
Tired and old, fat. No.
Yeah.
No,
That covers it. I would say black and white. Yin and yang. The main thing is the communication. Music, it has development, you know, like a history and like the different emotions and all that. It goes up and down. Yeah, like life and like, you know, a play by Shakespeare or something.
Mine's a typical musician family. 2 parents which are professional musicians. I was young, I was 4 when I started, and it was just natural. I was big and I thought they were really cool people, and that's it. I still think that. I think cellists are always the cool people.
It wasn't until just before I turned 16 that I picked up the piano. It was basically because I heard a guy playing a Beethoven sonata. I just thought that was the best thing I ever heard, and I just wanted to learn it.
We found what we like to do is just have fun and try to make music in a different way for us to try to find the most sensitive side of the music.
That's it, you know. I'm now at an age where I would be a pensioned lady sitting on my sofa watching television, or maybe go for a walk on the beach. But isn't it much better to work for something that is worthwhile and that people love? And we love also.
Amazing,
group playing violin and singing with a choir and so on since '78. And then when they were running out of conductors, the then president, who was a Danish lady, said, "Why don't you just take it over? You know us, you know what you can ask of us. We've done so many rehearsals already with us, so why don't you?" So that's when I started. The moment of the concert, I feel I am in the position where I want to be. You know, to lead this music and make them all do what I think is right and will sound nice. That is what I enjoy. Loads. Of course, I'm very nervous before and everything, but when I stand there and when we have started, then I think, well, am I not just where I need to be? So, there you are.
I thought I'd come over here to retire, but my retirement lasted for a very short time. I was a professional singer. I went to the Guildhall School of Music and Drama in London. I was an opera and mainly classical singer for many years. I took over about 3.5 years ago. For years and years I have taught singing. But I felt that conducting was not necessarily something that was right for me at first. Maybe I was scared of it. I think I was. But when we lost our MD, I took over doing 1 or 2 concerts. I really enjoyed it. So then I decided, yes, I could do it. And I love it now. I love to work on the phrasing of music, and I do look to improve the sound that they make.
I think the main thing is that you have a lot of humor, endless patience to learn and again and again and again. And and then you have to get out of the people what they don't know that they have in them.
Il y a plus la notion du travail du son dans la musique contemporaine que dans la musique classique, mais l'approche quelque part est la même. On peut considérer aussi que c'est une continuité de la musique classique. It's always this idea of different color. Like my father and my mother love music, and my father buy IFI because I want to play music. String quartet of Mozart I heard every night, and I say I want to play this music.
I have my friend Carlos, who is representing Kudeka, and we are delighted to be in developing relationship with them in all our concerts and events. A percent of our ticket sales goes to Kudeka.
We provide 4 essential services to the Malaga residents, one of which being the home visits. In 2012 we visited 800 people's homes, giving them help with the doctors and the psychologists, and also the family as well, the family members, not just the patients. And last year that rose to 1,300. So there's more need for funds. We have the inpatient unit, which is 9 rooms. We also have obviously the psychological help, not only to the patient but to the family themselves, and also the day centre, where people that are affected can come along. We get volunteers that give them massages, do their hair, that sort of thing. It's a lovely atmosphere. My sister unfortunately died 7 years ago, aged only 30, of cancer of the uterus. I was so happy with the service that we received as a family through Kudeka, I thought I've got to work for these people. I've got to. I've had a great time with Shane and A Project for the whole week, and it's been quirky. Quirky is the word. Different. You know what I mean? The owner of Quedeca, called Joan Hunt, she told me, she said, Carlos, she says, when you go out there, she says, just remember, put the fun back into fundraising. So that's what we're trying to do. We want to do different events, and this is perfect. It fits that bill, you know, right on.
Music is a way to share ideas and share ideals of things that can't be expressed by words. And I think that's what lies in its beauty, I think. There's dots on a paper that we read, but the job of the interpreter is to make black and white into color. There's a lot lying in between the notes. When you actually perform, you don't really think about it, it just sort of flows. And especially when you're working with other people in show music, it's more listening and reacting. It's great to work with friends and colleagues who are so reactive to all these different changes. It's almost like we're having a very spontaneous but very intimate conversation on stage through our music, and it's a very deep level of sharing. It's very enjoyable. That's the best aspect of being a musician for me, being able to come to places like this. As soon as you walk out the door, you have Mediterranean Sea waiting for you outside. It's very conducive to intense, relaxing and fun music making.
It's always worthwhile, because if you only get 10 more to be interested in music, then you have done already something. And anyway, it's lovely for the ones who love music that they get the chance to listen to something.